It happens. Welcome into the live stream here from McCready Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. It's Tyler.
What it is, sir?
How are you?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good. I don't know that I would say great, but I'm good. Fine.
We got our man, the three-time world champ, the three-time national champ, hanging out in the green room, drinking all of his rain, eating his green M&Ms, hanging out.
Yep.
Getting ready. He's probably checking in with Santa, make sure he's on the nice list, not the naughty list. So doing those kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
Those kind of things.
Okay. All right. We'll get rolling here in a second. Appreciate everybody being with us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Hit the like button if you would, please. If you aren't subscribed, we'd love for you to subscribe. It's free, cost you nothing. Hit the follow/subscribe button. Leave a review. You can say whatever you want. If you hit 5 stars, that'd be great. Even if you say, I hate Neal, he's a complete jackass, hit the 5 stars and then say it. It's all good.
All good. Nobody cares.
I'd rather you do that than do 1 star and go, he's amazing. Just algorithm-wise. So thanks.
Thanks in advance.
All right. Here we go. Welcome into another edition of McCready Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready, joined in the Clark Ford Studios by my friend Tyler Siskey here on this Monday, December the 15th, inside the 12 days of Christmas, I suppose. Happy Hanukkah to all who celebrate. Appreciate everyone being with us. Hope you're having a happy holiday season as we get rolling into
it's the holiday season.
Little programming note real fast. Tyler and I will do a Thursday, probably late afternoon. I don't want to do a night show. Just not. I've learned they're not good. Not good ideas. We'll do a late afternoon into early evening Thursday combination show of McCready and Siskey combined with hand raise guys. So that we won't have a Thursday afternoon show. We'll just do Thursday late afternoon, early evening. And that will be it for us before Christmas. And then we'll probably do something at some point in the week leading up to
New Year's.
New Year's, thank you. I was getting
I got the fam. I got fam wanting to participate in the podcast while we're hanging out with the fam.
Okay.
If we do one.
Sure.
So I'm sure we will, but if they're around while we're doing it, I'm not going to dox where we're going, but if they're not participating in activities, got my nephews and
I will either be here or New Orleans. Those are my two choices. I will either be in New Orleans covering a Sugar Bowl or I will be here.
I will not be
not
here
covering a Sugar Bowl.
I will not be here.
Okay.
So I'll be somewhere.
Okay.
But there you go.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get to AJ here in a moment. First, let me tell you that we're brought to each.
Audio file already?
Oh, yeah, I've already hit it.
Okay. My bad.
Oh, you're good. First, I'll tell you that we're brought to you by Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams, natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, 0 sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits, achieve your goals. You can learn more by going to Instagram and searching up Rain Body Fuel. And right there, you'll get all the information you ever need about Rain.
Neal, I'm rocking with the white gummy bear today. And it's a Tuesday. It's one of my Tuesday favorites or Monday favorites. My brain's all over the place today. My brain has been in about 10 different directions today. But Neal, the Kia of Meridian chat is already bumping. And right now, AJ's over in the green room right now. And he's thinking about Tellurides and K5s and Sorrentos because he knows that it's the holiday season. And it's holiday season at Kia of Meridian where you can get the brand new 2025 Telluride. That's right. Brand new Telluride for 0.9% APR right out the door. You can go there for Christmas. Your wife needs a new ride. Your kid needs a new ride. Hell, you need a new ride. You go see my guy Trav and all the good folks over at Kia Meridian. He's going to put you in a brand new sleigh right now for the holiday season. That's right. All the 2025 Tellurides at 0.9%. You can also get a $750 rebate on the remaining Sorrentos, Tellurides, and K5s for the end of the year sticker sales event. So come see us at Kia Meridian where they can put that new sleigh right in your driveway. And AJ, when you decide to go over and you see Trav and you say, Trav, I need to trade in this Lambo and I need to get a Telluride. he's going to say, what else do you want, AJ? And you're going to say, Trev, I want you to pull it on out. And spin the wheel. And win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. Sure the boys would love a brand new Xbox, PS5, or PlayStation, Xbox, or more. So check them out at Kia of Meridian. AJ, we're also brought to you by the official RV dealer, McCready Siskey. Who is that, you may ask? That's County Line Campers. Where are they located? Right there off exit 38, I-10 in the wonderful metropolis of Gulfport, Mississippi. All right, folks, listen up. County Line Campers in Gulfport is coming in hot this December with Holiday Haul-Away event. That's a Holiday Haul-Away event. Say that real fast 3 times. And this thing is built specifically for people who don't wait until the spring to get a deal. Rob has put an actual Christmas cash tree inside the dealership. I wouldn't be telling everybody that, Rob. He's put an actual Christmas cash tree. So Rob's probably got all the security cameras on the Christmas cash tree inside the dealership. Not ornaments, not coupons, real cash. Hanging on a tree, cash prizes range all the way up to $2,000. Which is honestly more than you're going to get from your relatives anyway, your job, or your fantasy football league for a Holiday Haul-Away event. County Line Campers is giving you $2,500 over market value on any trade. You can't beat that. So make sure you check them out at countylinecampers.com or check them out on TikTok, Instagram, and check out Miss Destiny's walkthrough. But if you need any kind of tow away and you're thinking about, hey, I'm going to take care of my guys here, my family for the off season, go see my guy Rob and all the good folks down at County Line Campers. How about that?
How about that? Hey, can we start reading that ad to Neal, maybe?
Which one?
The whole you're gonna go in, tell him pull it out.
Oh
yeah, I'm just gonna go in and say, hey, can I spin the wheel? I'm not gonna ask him if he'd pull it out.
Well, where's he going?
But we've covered this ground before.
It's always directed at me, like I'm the one.
It's in a closet. It's in a closet. It's got to come out of the closet. So you got to go get it and take it out and pull it out of the closet.
Listen, I don't want to have to deal with anything that's coming out of the closet and pulling it out. And
I'm never pulling anything out of a closet that's not my own clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I'm ever getting out of a closet is my clothes. That's it.
Let's tell Trav come up with a new slogan or something.
Hey, Trav, how about let's just change the mental picture and the wheel's already out.
Well, it's not even in the read. I just added it in there. It's not in there.
Well, then let's take it out. Let's eliminate it.
It's fun.
Just spin the wheel.
It's fun.
You know what else you get to do when you buy a Telluride? You get to spin the wheel. See?
Yeah.
Spin the wheel. You don't have to pull it out. Yeah, you just spin the wheel.
I think it has to physically be removed from somewhere. You know what I mean?
I picture a big wheel that's already in the dealership that you walk over to it and you spin it like the Price is Right. Bob Barker didn't have to pull it out. You just went over and spun the wheel.
Somebody did. Oh, Bob. Shout out to Bob. It's great.
And Bob from Monster.
How about my man Bob? I texted him a while ago. How about my man Bob? All right, you ready to crank this bad boy up? All right, let's crank her up. Since I got a rounding applause there for cranking it up. Thank you, Neal. Appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, before we go, have you got all your Christmas shopping done, AJ?
Yeah.
Are you like me?
I don't know.
Ask Catherine.
Catherine does it. Yeah.
My wife sent me the video. I guess there's a video, a meme or something on Instagram Reel. She sent me the video of she's basically saying, I look just as she tells me, I look as surprised as the kids when they open their Christmas. Just knowing that I paid for everything. But yeah, it's fun. All right.
No, I did a bunch of it though, or from a sense of got them some custom bats. And then shoes. I ordered the shoes. I'm in charge of that.
How old are your boys right now, AJ?
9, about to be 7 in 3 days, and then 4.
Yeah, see, those are fun years.
Those are good years.
Those are fun Christmas years.
And we're surprising to Universal after right after.
Oh,
I got something in January. that's coming up, and then at the end of January, we're gonna take a trip before something else happens in February.
Gotcha. You gotta stop.
Look at Neal.
Hey,
He doesn't know.
Real quick,
Fill you in later.
I don't know. Yeah, real quick, I'm curious. What were your thoughts on, as a former quarterback? In all seriousness, what were your thoughts on 44-year-old Phillip Rivers playing for the Colts yesterday?
I mean, I thought it was awesome, just from a sense of, him coaching and his guys seeing it and his son. Like, that's awesome, dude. Now he looked 44.
Yeah.
But
you got to give him credit too now.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, he wasn't thinking, I'm going to be quarterbacking an NFL game.
You could tell he was 44.
Yeah.
You're saying, but he knew where to ball. He knew where to go with the ball, and buddy, he got the ball on time. Like, he did what he.
I mean, he's always thrown it as he's gotten older. He throws it super early. Like, as soon as he sees what he knows and what he needs to see, and he's letting it go early because he understands his arm can't make it there if he's a second late. So as soon as dudes come out of breaks, like, you better get the head around the ball. It's not coming fast, but the ball's going to be there.
It's going to be there.
I was blown away with it. I mean, I'm just going to guess a month ago he had no clue he was quarterbacking an NFL game. I mean, he's 44. I thought getting to see the kids that he coaches, like AJ was saying, getting to their reaction to his that touchdown pass and stuff, that was super cool, man. I mean, maybe the highlight to me so far of the NFL season. That's how much it kind of. I was blown away by it. I just thought it was really neat. I mean, it tells you, it does tell you how cerebral. I'm not telling AJ or you, I guess, anything that y'all don't know, but how cerebral that position is, how much you have to think, and to be able to go out there. Not only is that an NFL defense, that's one of the better NFL defenses.
Yep.
I mean, those are not 44-year-old men on the other side of the ball, and I was kind of blown away. I mean,
don't you know he feels good this morning too?
Oh, brother.
Oh, I bet he could move.
He had some 800s from the trainer for sure.
I mean, anti-inflammatories.
I mean, he almost got they almost got that thing done. I mean, that was
They should have.
That was just anyway. I hijacked things a little bit.
No,
I just thought it was really cool.
The thing that's crazy is, like, there's two things here. One is that the two takeaways I got from it. One is that game. If you watch that game, I watched the whole game. It just, this kicking thing in the NFL, what they've done with the balls. I mean, brother, you cross midfield. You're like, with the kickoff rules the way they are. Okay, I want you to think about this. But dead serious. Kickoff rules the way they are. They're getting the ball to the 35-yard line 9 times out of 10. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, as soon as they cross mid, they got to get 15 yards and they're in field goal range. Because these guys are just launching.
Yeah, they've got
launching
just cannons for legs.
Well, they've changed the ball, the way they're doing the ball too.
Yeah,
and so a lot of the kickers are, it is what it is.
The kickers are more advanced than they ever were because they've now spent their whole lives kicking, and they
don't miss now.
They're
except Brendan Aubrey.
They're basically like professional golfers. Yeah. I mean, if they miss, it's because something went off just by
but you get
mechanically.
But you know what I'm saying? You get at the end of a game situation, you need 15 yards and you're in field goal range.
Yeah.
And so they do it. They leave what? It was like 20 seconds or whatever they scored left to go in the game, and then they one pass and then they kick one and they lost.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. All right, let's get into it. And one of them I didn't have written down, AJ, happened after I typed this up. DJ Lagway goes into the portal, or makes the announcement that he intends to go in the portal. That's basically saying, hey, basically what that is a tweet that says, all right, listen, guys, if you were not already tampering with me, now you can tamper with me. He goes in the portal, and then Dylan Raiola also goes in the portal, or announces he's going to go in the portal from Nebraska. Just happened probably about an hour and a half ago.
Really?
Which I saw that one coming. His uncle, I guess, got let go as offensive line coach a couple weeks ago, so I figured that was coming. But this DJ Lagway thing, a lot of people, it'd be interesting to see where he ends up. I mean, I'm sure he's going to command a high price, and I'm sure people are going to pay it.
Lane.
But here's
Yeah, that's what I said
I
too. I
mean,
said LSU.
yes,
He liked the tweet or retweeted it or something.
yeah. I just the whole thing there. But like, people got to remember, like, one thing with him is he's extremely talented. And there's a list of all these talented guys, AJ. And the one thing I was going to ask you about it is, like, because I actually wasn't with you when this happened with you. But can you talk a little bit about, okay, because you were a big time recruit, had all kinds of ability and all that stuff, but how much your development, how much of a big deal that was for you from after your true freshman year, between your true freshman year and your redshirt freshman year, like that time period of how much you grew as a quarterback? Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know the fans, they just see development, but that particular time frame of everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most important because it's when you truly have a full off season with everybody and learning the ins and outs of the offense. And I mean, when you get there your freshman year, everything's going so fast from school, scheduling classes, what are you going to major in, where are you staying, who's your roommate, like I got to fix the room up, then I also got to go to workouts, and that's flying by like, and then before you know it, you're in the season. And I mean, your freshman year, you're learning on a week in and week out basis. Like,
need to know, right?
Right. It's just, hey, this is the game plan. Just know this part of the game plan. Instead of, kind of knowing, hey, well, why are we doing this? Why do we like the runs to this side from a overall grand, scheme of things? So your so-called sophomore year, whether it's redshirt freshman year or sophomore year, it is the most important. And I think that's whether you're a coach, whether you're a player, it's when you're supposed to make that next jump. And the first year is a learning process, and then it's okay, I got things figured out, and you take that next step. And when you don't have that, it's hard to be successful. I don't care how good you think you are or how talented you are. It's extremely hard to be successful at a high level.
I know this is not out there publicly. I said it with Coach JB this morning, but I know this on very, very good sourcing, so you can put it, you can take this one to the bank. He did not practice with the team until 10 days before their first game. 10 days. He did not do anything in the offseason until 10 days. He had a shoulder, started getting that ramped up, ready to go, and then he had a lower body injury that kept him out till 10 days before the first game. So he missed that whole deal. And then, once he went to the LSU game, he threw 5 picks, kind of lost confidence and all that stuff. But the kid's really talented, right? But I think if he gets with the right guy and gets developing and all that stuff, I think that.
How do you think he fits into the Lane system?
Fine. I mean, it's just what Lane's, if long as he develops, I don't think he can be DJ Lagway this past season and turn into some. I think he has to develop as a quarterback, and a lot of it's mentally. But that system will be friendly for him if he continues to develop. He has a high ceiling, but he's not even where close to it. And to be honest with you, it's the gamble because you're going to have to pay for him now. It's not going to be free, so you're going to pay for him. But maybe when you look at it on film, and I don't mean this because he went to the same school, but to me, he kind of reminds me of, like Anthony Richardson, right? And Neal, we talked about this all the time, like the underwear Olympics. Like, he has got so much ability that every coach and every personnel guy sees that ability and just like, hey, I can change him.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, he's actually young enough to where you can, because he hasn't had that development part of it because he's been out. So he's got a huge upside. So wherever he goes, I think you're still going to see a better version of him regardless. And then Dylan Raiola, obviously, dude, if he goes to Texas Tech, this is going to get borderline. This is going to get borderline creepy. I don't know where he's going.
Oh God,
If he was to go to, I was cracking up laughing at Twitter seeing all those
the meme.
memes about since Patrick Mahomes got hurt, he's jumping around trying to hurt his ACL.
Yeah, it said Dylan Raiola sitting there watching Pat Mahomes tear his ACL and realizing he has to do it too.
Yeah, it was wild. But
Internet undefeated.
All right, so I do want to say this.
One word for it.
Right. I do want to say this about you're going to see some numbers come out, and this is what's going in my world that I deal with every day. Some things that are going around that I want to caution, I guess, fans and everybody understanding how this works. There are, as we know, there's a lot of players that don't. The representation in college football is not great as a whole. You got about 100, maybe 100 good people, and the rest of them are sisters, daddies, brothers, uncles, first cousins representing people. And so they get told these numbers, and I got told a particular situation today. I said, okay, let's just call this player's value is probably $1.5 million a year. Okay. Player X that I'm discussing is his value is probably $1.5 million a year. That's his value. Okay. Really good player. But schools are signing these kids. So it's right now we're going into January, right? So they're signing these kids for 18-month deals. Okay. So 1.5 year deals. And so what they're doing is they're massively backloading the last 6 months of that contract. I'm talking about over double. So he getting like $4 million total, but almost $2.5 million of it coming in the last like 5 months of the contract. Well, what's going to happen is two things. One, the guy's either going to go to the NFL, and so they're not going to have to pay it, or they're going to renegotiate the deal in next year anyway. And so all these numbers, these kids aren't going to see half of it, but the agents and the representation's so poor that they're just getting hoodwinked. They don't know what's going on. And there's these huge numbers are being on these contracts, and over half of it's going to be so backloaded, they're never going to get to that part of it. Whether they're gone or they're going to renegotiate it, or they're going to go in the portal because they're going to say, hey, your value is not this, or whatever it is, right? So it's going to be it's very interesting. It's a game that's going on right now, negotiations, and it's kind of crazy how that's.
Did we lose the stream?
How that's working out? I don't think so. Not on mine. Okay. No, we're good. That popped up a minute ago, but it's still going on mine.
I don't know.
But that's probably the interesting part for me. And then I'd look for it. This is not sourced at all, but I would kind of be. I think Mendoza, Florida, would probably be something I would be looking for. He was at
who?
Mendoza. That's at Duke. That was at two.
Yeah.
And then went to Duke. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Went to Duke. Had a great year at Duke. And then going, but I don't know that. I haven't talked to John, so don't even say I know that. I haven't talked to John. I haven't talked to anybody down there. It just makes sense to me that they're going to get somebody good. So, with Buster Faulkner there and the guys, they'll be in good shape. All right, moving on. Kyle Willingham stepping down at Utah as the head coach after 21 years. First of all, I don't know him.
I'll be right back.
You're good. I don't know him, but Neal, it's something you've talked about a long time, and I kind of agree with you. I think we actually talked about this particular case with him last year. There were some rumors last year. I think you and I talked about this a little bit, is that a lot of these guys have been in it for a long time. Just, hey, they don't need to do it, and everything's coming. He was one that was kind of rumored a year ago. This may be happening, and he finally did it and stepped down after 21 years at Utah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by any coach who is at a place where you're just not going to be able to do some of the things that you've always done. I'm not surprised when any of them kind of walk away, especially when they get into their 60s. He's made his money. I mean, Utah just announced private equity. I mean, you don't even – I mean, the people that try to rationalize private equity away, like, oh, this is just where it's going. Okay, I'm just study private equity for a minute, okay? I mean,
gotta open them books up, Neal.
I get it that no one can say out loud because
we can't.
hold on a second. No one. You get labeled negative. You get labeled. You're a hater. You're whatever. I'm like, no, I don't give a shit. I'm just looking at it objectively, going. If you turn it into private equity, I can tell you where it's going, like because that's where all private equity goes. Literally all of it. There are no exceptions. College football won't be an exception from all of the other thousands of businesses that they've run.
Millions.
I mean, I'm trying not to be hyperbolic,
But
I mean, however many of them they've run, it's about profit. They're going to streamline expenses, maximize profit, and eliminate waste every time. College football and college athletics aren't built on that model. So people like Willingham look at this and go, I'm out. I don't have to do this anymore. It's not as rewarding. I mean, pro sports have become what college sports used to be. The other night, the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder played the NBA Cup semifinal game. And the Spurs, who have this really young core of players that are just now coming up, knocked off the Thunder. It was the Thunder's second loss of the season. The Thunder have this core of players that have been together. They just won a title. They're now trying to win another title. If you're a fan of one of those two teams, you can look forward or dread that matchup knowing it's going to be in existence for a while.
Yeah.
You don't get that in college. It's over. And guys like Willingham who built programs, successful ones, by the way,
really
over the course of time by bringing in a young player, developing him, getting him some experience as a backup, then he becomes a starter, and then he
culture and leader. And
AJ McCarron played in that type of program. AJ walked into Alabama, did not start day one, correct?
Correct.
I mean, stayed over time and became a multi-year starter who won championships. But had to kind of come in, learn a system, pay your dues, back up, develop. I'm going to dare say AJ was a better quarterback when he left than when he got there. Part of that was development and that kind of thing. And coaches who cared for him, relationships that were built, teammates that he played with that's over.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for now. And so, I think guys like Willingham look at it. And, is it Whittingham or Willingham? Whittingham. I think he looks at it and just goes, why am I doing this? This isn't what I signed up for. And then people go, oh, old man. Okay. Whatever you want to say, people. I mean, however you want to justify it in your mind. I've learned there's lots of that rationalization. I mean, it's and this stuff.
Do you think, Neal, the private equity side of it is bad regardless, or do you think the private equity side could be good if they break away from the NCAA?
I think if you can come up with a way to break away major college football.
Yeah.
Okay, not all football.
No, Power Four.
Power Four.
The teams that are fully invested.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
I think you can maybe make it work to some degree. But look, they're going to walk in the door and go, why do we have all these analysts? And what are we doing? What's this? And what's this? And what's this? And, I mean, they're going to look at roster numbers and go, why are we doing 105 scholars? Why are we doing scholarships at all? I mean, that's where this is going. In other words, yes, to answer your question, AJ, yeah, as long as you're willing to call it the mini NFL, whatever word you want to use for it to make that sound a little more appeasing from a marketing standpoint, but that's what it will be.
Yeah, I think I said this on the show Thursday, AJ, when we were talking. It came up Thursday, but inside of the NCAA model, I don't think you can do it. In my opinion.
Right.
I think breakaway you can, but to Neal's point, and where Neal's right, is regardless, in my opinion, because I know how private equity works, regardless of what they say they're going to do, they're about making money, and they're going to try to streamline everything to try to maximize their profits. But that kind of is there. And I wanted to bring this up and see what you think about this, AJ. Because this has come up a lot since y'all talked about it. You and Coach JB last week I think it was your appearance last week. Hell, it may have been 2 weeks ago now. You were talking about when players lose their why. Okay, and you were talking about when players are getting paid and they're losing their why, and
right.
Coach Saban's well ahead of his time. But it applies. He would always say you cannot be motivated by external factors, and money being one of those. It's got to be who
Right.
you are. But it was in reference kind of with what Joe Burrow and whatever, right? And
Right.
paid. I think the same thing can be applied to coaches too. Okay, and I'm not talking about making money.
Yeah,
but
sure.
your why when you coach. When I started coaching, I did not start coaching to make $1 gazillion. That wasn't why I started. You start coaching because
you love the game.
Because you love the game and to make a difference in young people's lives. That's why you start coaching. I was reminded, shout out Patrick Brown. Patrick Brown that AJ ended up taking over for at St. Paul's. Patrick Brown was played for me at St. Paul's, and he went back and spoke at St. Paul's and brought me up in there, and it reminded me of, hey, that's why I started doing it, is to make a difference in people's lives. Well, what if Kyle Willingham, with all this new system and stuff that's going on, is that even available when you're a college coach?
No.
Is that even you can, but not nowhere near the extent.
You have to win a bidding war and pay him a lot of money up front and then hope that the kid cares enough to play.
Do you think coaches are losing their why too with this new system?
I don't know if they're I think they're losing their why because of all the bullshit that comes with it, from having to pay players and everything else, and not have any set of rules, and it's the Wild Wild West. I think that's why they're losing their why, is mainly just because of that. I mean, hell, somebody I talked to earlier, but and he's gotten an offer from a university. He's like, I don't know if I even want to go do it. I really don't want to be involved in it. And it's because of the shit show it is. And that's wild to think of, especially for him. So, I think if anything's affecting their why, it's that, just it being the Wild Wild West and not having a set of rules and not understanding what the rules are. I think that brings fucking unnecessary worry and anxiety to people for no reason.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. All right, over the weekend, get your thoughts about this too. Fernando Mendoza wins the Heisman Trophy Award for Indiana. Shout out to Signetti and my guy Matt Wilson listens to the show, GM at Indiana, and all the folks in Indiana, good folks. Excited for them. They've had a hell of a year. But I wanted to say this about the Heisman Trophy, and AJ, you and I are sitting here talking to a vote. Did you still have your vote?
I do.
We're sitting here talking with a Heisman voter. We just didn't know it.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm actually the I don't know.
How long have you been voting for?
Since I was in Mobile. And then I lost my vote when I moved states for a while, and then I was asked to be a voter again. So I went like 5 years where I didn't vote, maybe longer.
Who did you vote for in 2013?
That's a key question here, right?
The Alabama quarterback.
There's only one correct answer here, Neal.
Yeah, I voted for McCarron.
We're gonna pull up this.
I don't remember who I voted.
We're going.
You know what? 2013. I'm not sure I was a voter yet. In all seriousness, I voted. I probably wasn't a voter yet. I don't think
moved here by then, right?
I'd moved here 2008, and I don't think I voted again until like 2016. I think it was 2016, 2017. It was probably it was after the whole Tunsil. It was only after it had been established that
you were not a fan.
That my person, well, not only that I'd been disowned, I believe. I am a walking, talking like me and Memphis basketball have something in common.
Wow.
What
is that, Neal?
We both have something that is no longer recognized.
Oh, okay.
Memphis didn't play in the national championship game.
Oh,
they did, but they didn't.
Yeah, okay.
I'm kind of like that.
I got you.
I have a degree. I don't know where the hell it is, but it doesn't really exist. So if I found it, it would be like it would disappear. So, but I got my vote back. I'm actually like now at least this year. I think it was temporary, but I'm like the chair of Mississippi. I'm the one that made sure everybody who has a vote in the state knew they were voting and all that stuff.
How about that? How awesome would it be? Or it wouldn't be awesome. It'd be funny though if we went and dug it up and AJ finished runner up to Jameis because Neal McCready voted for Jameis and not AJ.
Yeah, I now can tell you. Great. I can tell you I did not vote in that one. I know that I did not vote in that one.
Yeah, we had back to back. AJ was runner up, and then Coop was runner up the next year.
Oh, so did you finish second in the Heisman voting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow,
it's all your
congratulations. And it's bullshit. I should have been in it even more my junior year. I threw for 33 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the year. Like there was not another. And won a national championship. They're like the stat my junior year were insane. For what we were doing, like touchdown to interception ratio. Hell, I broke the SEC record for the amount of passes before an interception. I think I broke Peyton's record. Peyton led it and then broke his record on that. And hell, they only took 3 people that year, and I finished 4th in voting or something like that, and I didn't get an invite.
I'll tell you,
they only took 3.
Neal voted for Jameis. Is what I heard.
Yeah,
that's the rumor going around.
I'm 100% positive I did not have a vote at that
time. But the one thing and I'm interested to get your take since you're a voter. That's why I want to bring this up. The one thing, have we turned this into like? It's turned into Stats Central, and is there a way? Will this award ever get away from being a quarterback-centric award? Can we ever get it to being what it's made for, to be the best player in college football?
No, it's not going to happen.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Listen, I mean, and I know everybody says, well, you should get some sort of a committee or something to do the vote. That's not really the way it's designed. And then secondly, it's just, like, people watch the ball.
Yeah, I get it.
No,
I understand it.
It's almost predominantly a media vote, and media. And this is, I'll actually defend media here. It's because I say this all the time. I'm not a football expert. I don't pretend to be. I got hired because I can watch a game and I can turn it into words. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not because I can watch a game and go, this is why Team A lost to Team B. And so those people watch the ball. And the people we talk to all year are, for the most part, the people who throw the ball.
No, I understand it.
I mean, literally half of the interviews, basically, that everyone does now, because colleges do a horrible job, almost across the board, of letting media have access to players.
Scared to death.
Terrified of it. They do. And so who do most college programs trust? Their quarterback.
Yeah.
So you get the quarterback all the time. I mean, we know a whole lot about Mendoza and about Diego Pavia and about Ty Simpson. We know lots and lots and lots about them. We know nothing virtually about linemen, tight end. I mean, really, we don't know anything about them. So are there
right.
players who are better football players than Fernando Mendoza? Of course.
Yeah, no.
But he is the quarterback on the number 1 ranked team in the country, and he's an incredibly likable kid. And while he didn't have a phenomenal statistical season, there were some big moments where he made some really big throws, including in the Big Ten title game that people saw. And in a year where, and this is the key thing in this year's Heisman race, fair or not, okay? In a year where we went into it with this list of guys that we said were going to win it, and they all fell off rapidly.
We didn't.
Yeah, but everybody kind of did. We, the media. Well, you and I talked a lot about on this show. We talked a lot about Nuss,
yes, but not all of them.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Nuss, and then in the middle of the year, Alabama got hot offensively, and we started going, man, this is Ty Simpson's award to lose, and then he kind of lost it. Well, now you're into November, and people look up and go, I don't know who the hell to vote for. That's exactly what happens.
And then Jeremiah
and Lane Kiffin's not eligible. I'm totally serious when I say this. No, hold on. Who was the one biggest story in the whole month of November in college football?
That was Lane.
Lane. Not Trinidad Chambliss, who put up great numbers.
What did he finish, 7th or 8th?
8th. I put Kewan Lacey on third on my ballot. I think Kewan
I would have put him. I think he would have probably been third on mine. Like Reuben Bain from Miami would have been on my deal. Rodriguez at Texas Tech would have been on mine. Jeremiah Love, Kewan Lacey, and then Mendoza, Pavia. I'd have had all those guys.
Yeah. So
I think Pavia deserved for what he did is a good player.
But I'm trying to explain from a media standpoint. That's who votes. This is what happened. You went in Nussmeier, the receiver at Ohio State,
J.J. Smith.
Yeah, all those guys. And then as they fall off, you're like, well, maybe it's going to be Ty Simpson. What a cool story Ty Simpson would be when he beats Georgia, right? And then he falls off. And then it's what did Lane Kiffin do at yoga today for a month? A month. And you look up and you're like, well, holy shit, the votes are due Sunday. That's exactly
you're
what
going to
happened.
get another text.
And I mean, I started to vote for Lane.
That would have I didn't vote. That would have been great.
It would have been disqualified.
They probably would have taken your vote away too.
Probably. And so, I mean, you look up and who's the natural person for people to vote for? It's Mendoza who has that huge throw to clinch the Ohio State game and beat Ohio State and win a Penn State game where he threw that big throw at the end.
Great year.
And so people do the vote and then people come back and not saying you guys are doing it, but people come back and go, man, the media is a bunch of collection of idiots. It's like, okay, most years you're right. But this is a year where I sort of defend the media. Like, who the hell were we supposed to vote for?
Juice.
That would have been a good one.
But you have to put Juice Kiffin, who he plays for. And now you're like, I don't know. Does he play for LSU?
That's a good point.
Does he play for Wild Rose Kennels? We can't even establish who owns the dog. So how the hell are we going to do that?
Not been established?
That has not been established. Who owns the dog?
Did Juice go back with
They're different. Different people say different things, and this is going to shock both of you. Apparently, the dog can't actually talk, and so he can't tell you where he lives, and so therefore we are left to depend on social media. And I'm told, and I've seen Juice with my own 2 eyes, and I own 2 Labrador Retrievers, and I'm telling you, man, the way their paws are built. They don't have these. They can't tweet, man. Do it. They can't type. They can't.
I think we pull an Air Bud, take everybody to court like they did Air Bud back in the day.
Yeah.
And whoever he goes to, that's who wins.
Yeah. I think you should do
pay
this.
to watch it. I tell you that.
I think you should. What's the official color of the dog? What would you call it? What color?
He's a yellow lab.
All right.
Yellow.
I bet you could line up 5 yellow labs at the same age.
Yeah.
And if you
he wouldn't know.
If you didn't say, Juice, come here, Juice. If you didn't do that, I bet you he couldn't pick it out. I bet you can't pick out your own dog. That's what they should do. All right, here's 5 labs. If you can pick out your lab, pick Juice. You got it.
I'm gonna give.
When you go behind the mirror, like a perp walk across.
I'm gonna give Lane the benefit of the doubt and say he could pick out Juice. Yeah,
I don't know.
It'd be funny though.
It would be funny. A perp walk behind a glass.
I tell you what, that cat at Wild Rose Kennels would be able to pick him out.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
he knows everything about those dogs. Those guys. I'm serious when I say this, and not just about Juice, just in general. Those people apparently are phenomenal at breeding, and then training those dogs.
I mean, yeah, they do damn good job.
Supposedly they're just they can train those dogs to do everything except tweet.
All right,
but he does not have thumbs. I've looked at him.
Real last thing before we transition, and you tell me about.
Apparently, one hell of a retriever though. Apparently, like a just championship level duck retriever.
Oh, I'm for it.
Can go find the duck, bring it back. No,
and tease.
No, he's good at tease too.
Good at tease.
He's perfect,
brother. Can
you imagine if I put Rizzo out there and said, Rizzo, go get that tee in front of 65,000 people? Rizzo would be like, dude, this is about to turn into an absolute shit show.
All I'm saying is there's a playoff game. There's a playoff game Saturday. That place would go absolutely ape shit. if Juice went out and got a tea Saturday afternoon.
It would.
That place would go absolutely ape shit. Everybody's like, "What's going on?" Oh, it's a dog running across to get a tea. That place would come unglued. That'd be the loudest that stadium was all day.
I'm just telling you that if I were a hand raised guy in the room, whenever anything came up about trolling Kiffin, I would say, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do any of it, because the day's coming when he's going to beat you."
Yeah.
And when that day comes, you need to have taken the high road.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Before Neal tells me about Cole Walters and all the other fun people, I saw this today. This is awesome. This is the differences. Speaking of Lane, how you leave places and do things. How about my boy John Sumrall and family? Let me throw in Jenny and all the kids. But John Sumrall, on his way out the door, of course, he's still coaching them, donated $100,000 back to Will Hall and Tulane to help them in retention. Gave $100,000 of his own money back to Tulane.
That's sweet. Yeah, that's awesome.
How about that? Of course, in Lane's defense, he probably couldn't do that. The LSU people probably wouldn't like him donating back. That's the difference. When people want to know, well, John Sumrall can coach. That's the difference. That John can do that, and nobody says a word. And they're like, "Hey, good job." He couldn't do.
Look, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Tulane knew all along, every step of the way, everything that was going on with John.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel sourced in that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ole Miss feels like it was misled in a couple of spots, and absolutely feels like the family flights to Gainesville and Baton Rouge were public intentionally. And, I mean, no matter what you think about that, obviously, and again, I say this all the time. When I'm the one defending Ole Miss on this, I think that tells you something.
No, you're honest.
I mean, because I get labeled a homer. It's ridiculous. I feel like it's safe to say they felt like that was a slap in the face. I mean, and they're right. They're right.
100%.
I mean, you did not have to fly. You did not have to fly family members to 2 different SEC schools publicly. Look, they could have. I mean, there was nobody stopping her from flying Southwest to Tampa and renting a car. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a way to do it. I've gone to Gainesville before.
There's also
from Oxford.
Tail numbers.
But I mean, you could do it, or you could get in a car, and drive.
Yeah.
I mean, you could drive to Baton Rouge from here. You don't have to have a private airplane to get to Baton Rouge, Louisiana from here. You can be in Baton Rouge from right here in 5 hours. Easy.
Yeah.
And you can drive around in a neighborhood and look at houses and look at schools. You don't have to be met on a tarmac. I mean, give me a break. That was you wanted that. You wanted that attention, and you don't get to turn around after that and go, "Golly gee, man, I don't really understand why." Come on, stop.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to the college football playoff, Neal, tell me about our good friends that help the show, like Cole Walters and 47 and Coors Banquet Beer.
You mentioned Coors. You mentioned Coors.
Speaking of,
They're gone.
You're running a little low down there, boss.
Well,
it's been a weekend for my boy over here, AJ. He had it down. I'm not shitting you. People can't see it, but right here in our rain cooler at the very bottom shelf of the rain cooler. Banquet beer. Shit you not. He had like a half a case in there the last time I was in here. He's got one. Is there one left? You got one left in the back corner. Surprised Carson didn't grab it. There's a college kid in my house right now. You got one left. There's like a half a case missing since Thursday. He's like, don't throw me under the bus. But who could blame him? Who could possibly blame him? Because, Carson's a lot of things. He's just finished his first semester of college. How about that?
So he's smart now, smarter than he was. Mm-hmm. Always liked history, studies history.
He does.
Well, guess what? That's a good reason to drink Coors, because when you drink Coors, you're drinking history. Since 1873. 1873.
I mean, we were in the Wild Wild West. That's back in the day.
Phillip Rivers wasn't even a rookie yet. Mm-mm. In 1873, Coors had brewed this first batch of the same batch they brew today. You know why it's so consistent?
I think because it's 100% from the spring waters of the wonderful
Rocky Mountains.
Mountains.
That's exactly it, man.
How about that?
They don't go to Baton Rouge to get water, which is smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Man, you ever try to take a shower in Baton Rouge? You can't get the soap out of you. I don't even have hair anymore, but you can't get the soap off. The water's so weird. And I don't know. Gainesville?
I don't know, but all the road places to go, Baton Rouge, for a visiting team, rough hotel accommodations.
Yeah.
Rough hotel accommodations. We stayed in some old shut down Holiday Inn or something.
Hell, we used to stay like way outside of it, outside of Baton Rouge.
Well, it was the year after you left. We stayed in some. We had the whole hotel. It was like a old Holiday Inn or something.
Oh, I remember that one. Yep.
I've done it with Ole Miss as well.
Yep.
Same hotel.
We stayed like 30 minutes out usually.
Well, you don't get the water there. You don't get the water in Gainesville. You get the water straight out of the Rocky Mountains.
How about that?
Every day. Every single time. When you drink a Coors, you know I'm drinking Rocky Mountain water, the same recipe, and I'm drinking history. I can't recommend it highly enough. Coors beer. Hey, if you want something a little stronger.
Hey.
I mean, sometimes, man, family. You put family together.
It's Christmas. It's the holiday
Christmas
season.
Like it's that movie, Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
you know,
it's great.
Like if Clark Griswold had a do-over instead of eggnog, he would have just grabbed a bottle of 47 vodka.
How about that?
He would have said, "This vodka's smooth. This bottle's bold, and for a limited time, this deal is unbeatable."
Probably got his Christmas bonus on time too.
He would have gotten his Christmas bonus on time. Put that pool in. Spoiler alert. Who's the girl in that the one that's in the red bathing suit? I wonder how old she is now.
Oh, she's got to be like 65.
Probably so. Probably can't pull that off anymore.
No, I don't suggest doing the red bikini anytime soon.
Probably not.
Maybe I go with a solid one piece though. You know what I mean?
That was a one piece.
Oh, was it?
She wore a one piece in that film.
I may go 3 pieces in.
God. Your friends are stocking.
We're off the rails.
Your liquor shelf deserves this. Go to 47vodka.com right now. Get the vodka that drinks like a statement. Get a presidential gold today. You'll get a collector's cut bottle for free. 47vodka.com. You mentioned life advice. Tyler just gave some. If you're 65, get a cover up. Life advice presented by Cole Walters of State Farm
and
Insurance. And a robe. Cole, licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, and pet insurance for the whole states of Georgia and Alabama. Contact Cole at 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at colewaltersinsurance.com. And listen, we're brought to you by our friends at Bank First. It's the hometown bank, people who understand the needs of our community. It means local decisions, local support, local folks who care if your kid made the team. At Bank First, they're not just bankers, they're neighbors, they're friends. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or you just need someone to explain what APR actually means, they're right there down the street. Give Gant Boone a call, 662-310-0204 to learn more, or visit bankfirstfs.com. Bank First, with locations in Oxford, Starkville, Hattiesburg, and Tuscaloosa. It's member FDIC. Equal housing lender, bank NMLS 454063. And we're brought to you by our friends at Outdoor Underwriters. Everyone loves the outdoors, even when it's this cold. But you want to make sure your hunt club or your timberland is covered. Outdoor Underwriters provides the insurance you need at a price that makes sense. Outdoor Underwriters provides liability protection for occurrences arising out of activities and operations of your hunt club. And its members, guests, invitees, agents, or employees take comfort in blind and tree stand liability, mobile equipment liability, hunting dog liability, and much more. They also provide standing timber insurance, timber liability, prescribed burn coverage, guides and outfitters, and consulting foresters. Their products are endorsed by the National Deer Association, the Wild Turkey Federation, and multiple state forest owners associations as well. You can learn more at 866-961-4101 or online at outdoorund.com.
All right, AJ. I think this is the last time. Probably the last time that you'll be on for the year of our Lord 2025. How about that? But want to talk about the playoffs matchups this weekend. Starting this weekend, I got them in order of games of being played, and we'll start off with your Alabama Crimson Tide traveling to Norman, Oklahoma. They are a 1.5-point favorite. The total here is 40.5, which is kind of where I see the game going. AJ, initial thoughts. I know you had a podcast this morning. I'm sure y'all broke it down in detail, but initial thoughts of Alabama at Oklahoma Friday night, 7:00. I'm assuming it's on TNT or True or something like that.
It's ABC, I believe,
National
or ESPN. Listen, I think this is the best draw for them. I've said it since rankings came out. I think the fact that they're playing a team that they played, about a month ago, helps them. It's a team you know well. You've faced, I think, probably 3 times now.
Year.
Yeah, within a year's span. So I really like this matchup. I think the fact that you're facing a Oklahoma offense that has been struggling as well plays in your favor. When you look at the last game, you outgained them by 206 yards. The difference in the game was 3 turnovers. If you don't turn the ball over, you win the ball game. So I look for Alabama's defense to play well, keep Mateer in the pocket. If he beats you throwing, you live with that, but you can't allow explosive runs, him to get outside of the pocket, create explosive pass plays by getting outside of the pocket. So contain him. And then the biggest thing for me offensively is, listen, I'm not expecting us to be able to run the ball. We haven't been able to run the ball all year. Hopefully we have enough runs. At least they pop for 8-10 yards every once in a while, just to keep them honest, just to keep a good mix of some play action in there, so you can mix that and actually take some shots down the field. Because I think whatever offense is able to create the most explosive plays is the team that wins. Whether that's 5 explosive plays for somebody, or it's 2, and it's more than the other. I think whoever creates the most explosive pass plays is going to be the team that wins this thing.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I don't think I think Alabama, obviously, they're not just all of a sudden going to come out here and run for 250 yards, whatever. It's not who they are.
No.
If I was at Alabama this week, which I'm not, I think, one of my strategies I would go in with is completely flipping the script tendency-wise. Okay, so if I'm a PN10, 65% run, I'm coming out play action pass to start with. Second and medium, third and medium, whatever it is, do some runs, try to sneak some yards in there that way, kind of flip the script tendency-wise. I'm with you. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think this is going to be a throwback game here. I think points are going to be at a premium. I think special teams could come into play, turnovers for sure, and field position. I mean, you're going to have to get yourself short fields and take advantage. I think points are going to be at a premium, and I think the reason it was last time, I think it'll be just as important. The turnovers are going to be huge. Teams that can, and just find a way to get points. So, this isn't a game to be going for it on 4th and 3 from the 20. You better take your 3 points and kick it off, right? I think points are going to be at that of a premium. I think that affects the strategy. But from an Alabama offensive standpoint, I think they need to flip the script a little bit and try to get some of those explosive plays and get the looks that you want. I would also suggest playing them a second time in a month. Make sure every signal that you have and every call that you have, you've changed, because Venables is the best at it, probably the best in the country at coaching the plays and not just the players, but the plays. I think he's one of the best. I think it's going to be a defensive game. And like you said with Mateer, I think they did a really good job the last time they played of preventing the +1 runs. They did continue that, but they got to contain him in the pocket and don't let him extend plays. I do think Alabama's gotten much better as the years have gone on with the pass rush and be able to contain and have disciplined rush lanes. And I think that's where we're at now. I think Alabama has the ability to have the more explosive offense when they're playing, but they have to find a way to create some explosive plays, but they got enough guys to do it. I think defensively, I think it's a push. I think Alabama's a little bit better offensively, but it's just going to who makes the less mistakes in a big game. So it's going to be interesting. It's on the road. It's a place, the environment that they played in. So But I'm with you. I kind of like Alabama in this game, but I think it's a low-scoring game. It can be a one-possession game. All right, Miami traveling to College Station, AJ. The Texas A&M Aggies are 3.5-point favorites at home against the Miami Hurricanes. What's your initial thoughts? Over-under totals at 51.5. Thoughts on this game?
The biggest thing is I think late in the season, Miami's O-line and D-line were back to full force and playing like they started the year out, which everybody was super high on them going into the year, because they have some absolute dudes up front on both sides. So I think when you look at Marcel Reed, from the first half of the South Carolina game, whatever you can take away from that game where they mixed up coverages, different looks, brought pressure, get him off of his spot, get him, out of his game, playing a little careless with the football, I think it plays in your favor. I wouldn't allow him to beat you with his legs, but keeping him in the pocket and saying, hey, again, same mindset. If you beat us throwing the ball, we'll live with it. But I think offensively for Miami, they got to be able to run the football, and then they got some dudes out wide too.
Malachi Tony.
I'm calling for Miami to upset A&M in this thing.
Wow! I also have A&M on upset alert here. I think this game is, if we wake up Sunday morning and look at it, I think this is going to come down to first down success rate on both sides of the ball, offenses. Miami is not a team that you can play from behind against. I mean, because they're so good on both sides of the ball, so you don't want to let them tee off. But part of that now is first down. And when you look at A&M, I mean, A&M, if they can keep the third down and manageables and things like that and keep them off tempo, you can't allow these guys, Ruben Bain and these guys up front, to pin their ears back and go and play and give 4-down pressures and get after them. I think this is something A&M's got to stay on schedule. If they get in second and long, and I mean, it could be a long night now. I'm telling you, it could be a long night. I don't know if Marcel Reed is the guy that you want to get in a drop back game against Miami. I don't think that's the game that they want to play. Now, on the flip side, they got some dudes now. Concepcion is one of the best under talked about receivers in the game of football. This guy's a freak. He is really good. And they've done a really good job with their screen game. That's kind of bailed them out. A lot of these third downs is just running screens and him making shit happen. Kind of like my boy at Georgia,
Branch.
Branch. It's kind of the same deal with him. They get the ball to Concepcion in space and let him do work. But I think A&M has to stay on schedule. If they struggle on first down, getting movement, it's going to be a long night offensively for Texas A&M. And then on the flip side, I think it's critical on first down for Miami. I think if they can stay on schedule and they can and be stubborn with it, it's like, okay, we're running the football today, and then let Beck do play action and hit you over the top when you need to. But stay on schedule, because when they are ahead, they can run the football. I mean, they can legitimately run the football. They're so good on both sides of the ball up front. And I think they need to be stubborn with it. Even if they get behind, they need to be stubborn with playing their game and don't get out. I think what you saw for me in Miami's 2 losses against SMU and Louisville, they gave up some quick scores and got behind, and then they felt like they needed to start pressing a little bit on offense. Just stay in the offensive game plan and do what they do. I think Miami, and then nobody's really talking about them. They were, kind of last team in and all this, and then you look at how A&M struggled up front on both sides of the ball against Texas when they played, teams. This will be the best front they've played both sides of the ball. So I kind of like Miami in this game as well. That's who I'm probably going to pick. But I think Miami can do this on the on both sides of the ball up front. All right, we're just going to order games that are being played. Then Tulane is coming at 2:30 to Oxford, Mississippi. The Tulane Green Wave. Ole Miss is favored by 17.5. Total here is 56.5. What's your thoughts on this game, AJ?
I think Ole Miss comes out hair on fire, ready to go. I'm pulling hard. I like Coach Sumrall, but Ole Miss by 1 million.
I'm interested to get your thoughts on this too, because I know you're having to cover the game and talk about it till you're blue in the face. To me, it's almost like you're playing this game in a whole different gear. All right, these guys played the third game of the season. I think it was third game of the season. They played early, and so from a Tulane standpoint, they had 70-something new roster players.
Fourth game
of the season. But early in the year, and you're trying to figure out how to play together. And Ole Miss came out in that game and just really, even from a defensive standpoint, kind of shut them down, created turnovers, created issues. They couldn't get off the field. Like they were getting off the field on third down. But Tulane's a totally different team. And then the same thing with Ole Miss, right? Is like that was Trinidad Chambliss' first start. You know, he's gotten more comfortable in the offense. I don't know how this game is going to go.
Second start.
Is his second start?
Arkansas was his first start.
First, yeah.
That is correct. Thank you. I don't know how this game is going to go. I think Ole Miss is going to win the game. I don't know how it's going to look. I think it's going to be more competitive. But that number probably is about right to me. You know, it was like 35 points last time. I don't think it's a 35-point deal. But I think that number's probably 21, 14, 21, somewhere in there, because I think the number's kind of about right.
What's the spread?
17.5.
So it's gone up a point.
Yeah. So I think Ole Miss is going to be able to take it. Like Ole Miss will be able to take advantage of some things offensively, but I think Tulane's offense will be better in this game than they were the last game. I guess that's my point of the whole drill. I think that's the biggest deal. Yeah, it needs to be. They've really played well down the stretch. I don't think Ole Miss is in danger of losing the game. I think they'll come out hair on fire and all that stuff. Ole Miss's defense versus Tulane's offense will dictate what this score looks like at the end of the day. I think offensively, Ole Miss will do what they kind of did the last game. So that's where I'm kind of looking at this game, because I think that part will be a little bit better. I think Tulane scores more than 10 points.
Yeah, the only thing I can't get out of my mind from that game, you guys probably know this by now. I take my binoculars to every game and put them on the line of scrimmage the first half of the first quarter. I try not to watch the ball. I just watch the line of scrimmage. And then if I need to see the ball, I can watch the replay on the TV above me. It was such a mismatch at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's going
on both sides. Like I don't know how, if you're John and them, you overcome that part of it. I mean, you're going to have to, like, Tulane's path to winning is really complicated. It's big plays, explosives,
turnovers.
Yeah. It's a block, a punt. Yeah, Ole Miss's path to winning is just kind of play a good game, you know. And so that to me is I agree with you. I don't think it's a 35-point game, but if you told me it was either a 7-point game or a 35-point game, I'd go, it was another 35-point game.
Agree.
You know,
I think it's closer to that.
I think it's a 17 to 20 point.
Yeah, that's what I think. The line's about right? And so,
yeah, I mean, Vegas by December is pretty damn good.
The other thing, like from a preparation standpoint, that's always interesting to me is that, okay, if you're Ole Miss, okay, you won by 35 points, and they'll plan other stuff, but it's hard to go in there and go, hey, we need to change everything we did last time, because they won by 35 points. And so they're probably going to start with a very similar game plan, you know, and adjust off of it, because Tulane's changed too. Now, Tulane, on the other hand, you know, they kind of settled down. By the time they settled down, it was freaking 30. It was over quick. And so they're going to be able to do the adjusting. And so it's going to be the game within the game. And I think Retzlaff's done a freaking, like, he's played so much better down the stretch. I'm curious to see the game and see how it goes, how long that this game goes. But I'm interested. I'll be watching, and it's you know, my guy Sumrall, all my guys down at Tulane. I'm excited for them to have the opportunity. All right, last game. James Madison's traveling to Oregon. On the other side waits Texas Tech. Oregon is 21.5-point favorites, AJ, at home. Total 49.5. Interesting total for that big of a line. James Madison at Oregon. Initial thoughts, or what are you thinking there?
No, I won't watch a snap of it probably.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, you and I are representative of most of the country. This is the problem with this whole DEI thing in the sport and the way this thing was set up. This game, if you wanted one, like we must have one for legal reasons, okay, then you have to create a system that there's no chance in hell that we have two.
Yeah, that's their fault.
And this is the mistake. And so you have a guy who finished second in the Heisman Trophy balloting and a guy who covers football for a living, who the only way either one of us are going to watch it is if someone hits us up with the text at 10-something that goes, "You're not going to believe this, but James Madison's down 5 with the ball at midfield. 4 minutes to go." I'll be like, "Oh, how about that? Let's." I'm watching for the upset now. Now, on the flip side, if this were Notre Dame at Oregon, if this were Vanderbilt at Oregon, I'm in. Yeah, turn it on. I'm doing post game and I'm writing post game and I've got that on, and every so often I'm looking up like, oh. Now I'm like, I don't care.
You want my hot take on this one? I think this game's closer what the experts think. I think James Madison covers this line.
Okay, why?
I think they're going to be able to score. And 21 and a half is a big ass number. It's 3 scores and then some. I don't think this is I think Oregon wins the game. I do not think they're going to beat them like 49-7 or something like that. I think it's going to be a more competitive game than people think on this one.
I can't see it, but maybe.
I'm with you. I mean, I get. So does everybody else. I'm probably going to be one of the very few people on the James Madison side. I also think this game goes over 49.5 with that kind of number. I mean, you protect yourself with a big number too. I don't see. I think this is like a 37-24 game, something like that. I think
it's 34-3 at halftime.
34-3 at halftime. That'd be great for the
at halftime.
That'd be great for the over people. But I don't know. I've watched them both play. And I think Oregon's going to have a bunch of explosive plays, but I also think James Madison's going to have some explosive plays too. I think they're going to score a little bit. I think they score at least 21 or 20 points. I think Oregon outscores them, but I think James Madison gets to at least 21. That's kind of where I'm at with this.
I think final score is 52-9.
The over hits.
We'll see if I'm right. That's what I'm predicting.
We'll see if you're right. All right, last thing, and then we're going to get everybody out of here today. So yesterday was rough day if you're an NFL crowd yesterday. Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons both ACL'd. I'm assuming Micah Parsons was ACL.
They've confirmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did we ever get on D. Adams? Did we get a
just hamstring?
Was it a tear?
Hamstring.
They just all they said is it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've not gone into detail.
The way he pulled it up, you knew it wasn't good. I mean, anybody that's been around receivers their entire life.
Yeah, rough day there for the Chiefs. Obviously out of contention now after the loss yesterday, and then the Packers losing Micah Parsons. Where they're at right now. That's tough. I saw this on a deal. I thought it was interesting because I think we're seeing. No, I don't think. I know we are. We're kind of seeing this change of the guard when it comes to quarterbacks. If you didn't notice that with Rivers coming back. This will be the first time in 27 years. First time in 27 years that a Manning, Brady, or Mahomes is not in the playoffs.
Damn.
First time in 27 years that Manning, Brady, or Mahomes aren't in the playoffs.
Wow.
And when you think about that, that you're seeing a transition of
that's 3 decades.
That's a lot.
That's incredible.
It's a crazy number, isn't it?
I'll ask you all a question. Has the NFL as a whole this year, you think, been a letdown? I
think yes, but
does it seem like anything's interesting or teams are like really good or like you can be like,
all right. So teams that when they play, I'm sort of intrigued. All right. There's a few, not many. In fairness, where you're going, not many. The last few weeks when the Bears play, I catch myself kind of interested. They're obviously having to make up. They're having. I think the coach there, I can't think of his name. He came from Detroit.
Ben Johnson.
Who? Ben Johnson?
I think he's done a really good job at maximizing what Caleb Williams does well and minimizing what he doesn't do well. They're kind of interesting. I think what Sean Payton's doing in Denver is absolutely intriguing, interesting. Bo Nix is fun. The Colts before Daniel Jones got hurt were kind of interesting because it was Daniel Jones, and he'd been left for dead, and suddenly he was playing well.
I'm going.
I mean, but you can from so many bad teams. Have you ever seen this many Raiders, Jets, Titans,
Giants,
Saints, Giants,
Commanders?
Cardinals.
There's at least 10 really, really bad teams.
Yeah.
The other thing too, going to your point about the NFL being down, I think part of that, I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I think part of the reason that the public views it as down is all the teams that not marketable, but the teams that got the hype, the Ravens, the Chiefs, even to the Eagles that aren't up to their, they're
Dallas,
like all the teams that everybody thought were going to be.
I actually feel bad for Dak this year because he's played well, but they're so bad on the other side.
Yeah, they're so bad in the back end. But like the teams, they're the Bengals, all these teams that are the Vikings that have these marketable guys that have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's flipped on its head. So now, I mean, right now, real talk, who's the best team in the NFL today? Right now, you got to put your money on one team.
This money? I mean, this
real money.
Yeah, probably the Rams.
The Rams.
And then after that, it's probably still, maybe. Oh. Well, like Buffalo, New England yesterday was a really good game.
But like New England's what? They're like 11-3 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like New England's been bad for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They went from, and so they're a 11-win team right now. And Buffalo, I mean, they're playing their ass off. But they're not overly talented especially on defense.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
even Jacksonville turned it around.
Jacksonville's playing well.
They've played well.
Houston's struggling. Yeah. And now they're starting to come back a little bit.
Real. Like I think you've seen their defense is real. That was my second point. I think one of the things that's kind of that's changed the way people think about the NFL is defenses this year are carrying teams, not offenses.
So who right this moment, right now today, would you call a really good, not great, really good NFL quarterback?
A really good NFL quarterback?
Really
Matt Stafford.
NFL quarterback.
Yeah, Stafford, Josh Allen. Probably the point you're getting to.
I'm making my point right now.
I mean, Stafford, Josh Allen. I mean,
because you wouldn't even go Drake May yet.
I would go Drake May.
Okay, Drake May.
I think he's played. I think he deserves it. He's in that category right now.
So that's 3.
I'm going down the list in my head. I mean, that's playing.
I mean, you can't put Burrow in there because he ain't played enough.
This
year.
Well, and God, right now he looks like
Lamar
want to be there.
You can't put Lamar.
Lamar's not really good anymore.
And Mahomes, you don't know because he has me to throw to. And
but this year he wasn't really good, right? So
he's hadn't had a good year.
Yeah. I'm talking about right now today,
but I would put him
guys that you would call really good NFL quarterbacks. There just aren't that many, and the game's built around the quarterback play. Dak.
I'd put
really good.
I think Sam Darnold's played really well.
He has. Would you put him in that category with the other ones though?
He'd be right on the cusp of it. Of playing really good this year. I mean, from a team that didn't do anything at all with Geno Smith last year to
Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence.
Jordan Love would be in the same department for me as Sam Darnold, where Jordan looks really good at times, and then he makes some really bad throws because of his technique and everything.
Kind of the point, right? Is there was a time when there was a lot of really good quarterbacks in the league, and now a lot of those guys have gotten older. A lot of the young guys haven't panned out yet, and so you have this a product that isn't kind of what you think of when you think of NFL, right? Back in the era when you had Peyton and Brady and Favre and you knew what you're getting.
Big Ben, Phillip Rivers.
The
list goes on.
Yeah, exactly. You
Aaron Rodgers.
You had a younger Lamar Jackson. You had Joe Burrow in his prime. You had all those people that, man, I mean, you don't really have that now. And I think what you do have is unpredictability. But you have certainly a pretty good amount of parity, which keeps fans in the stands. But I don't know that I don't know that. I mean, I've probably watched less NFL this year than I have in a while, and I watch more NFL than I do college every single year. And like yesterday, there were some good games. Now, yesterday delivered. It did. Yesterday was a pretty good day.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Pretty good day of football. That Bills Pats game was really good. That Rams game was with the Lions was good because Detroit kept hanging in.
Jared Goff, I'd put in there. I forgot.
Yeah,
I like Jared a lot.
Yeah,
I think
he's also got a great offensive line. He's got a great running game, and he's got
some dudes.
He's got
out
guys
wide.
on him too.
Chargers Chiefs was a good game yesterday. The Packers
Herbert
game was a really good game yesterday. I didn't watch any of the late game. It was a good game though, right? Dallas, Minnesota. That was ended up being
It was
okay game.
fine.
I didn't watch it. So yeah, but no. I mean, I think on the whole, week over week, yeah, it's been kind of a letdown. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, we talk about this a lot, and I've said it for years. And you're seeing it, I think, in real time. I think you see it every year with the draft, right? All these quarterbacks are in college are going to the NFL, and they're RPO based and they're tempo based, and you're trying to fit square pegs into round holes. And even with, you can't just run. Shout out Jackson Dart. I saw a tweet that said he's entered concussion protocol in 50% of his NFL starts.
God almighty.
So, but anyway, you can't take the hits like that. And then in the RPO game in the NFL is it's night and day what it is in college because of the 1 yard, 3 yard rule. Like you can't run gap scheme RPOs without no one being a better than 50% chance you're getting called. So everything's outside zone, RPOs, and hell, that's getting called half the time. That 1 yard, 3 yards, a big deal from the RPO game. And so you're fitting these square pegs into round holes. And are there some guys that can do it? Yeah. Like you see Drake Mays doing it. I think Caleb Williams is doing it, but it takes time to develop them.
Yeah.
Hell, Bryce Young struggled for a long time. He's starting to get it figured out. CJ Stroud went through a sophomore slump. He's starting to come, know. And so it's a totally different game.
Well, but you also have quarterbacks that don't know how to handle that. So they're like full circle in the conversation. In today's era, not this A.J. McCarron, but A.J. McCarron, he wouldn't have played that first year, and his phone would have lit up. His dad, his high school coaches, everybody would have been like, hey, just in a world where he's not just totally happy, please let him know that we would pay $1.2 million and play him.
AJ, you think you would have stayed at Alabama?
And he probably would have listened.
Would you think you would have stayed at Alabama in today's world?
I would have, just because of Alabama meant to me and what it meant for me playing there from a sense of like for my parents. But
you think you could have made it to the third year?
Getting paid?
No, like made it through your first 2 years without being the starter. You think you could have made it? Somebody offered you money.
So my redshirt freshman year would have been hard because I felt like I should have played. I thought Greg was struggling pretty bad, and that was the best team I've ever been on, and we lost 3 games, and we lost those games because he didn't play well. I mean, simple as that.
Fun fact, Nick Saban, and again, I haven't talked to him since 2020, but he used to say, Coach said that's the best team he's ever played.
It is. It's the most talent I've ever been a part of. It's unbelievable. And Greg went through this stretch where he started the season out good, and he was in early Heisman talks, and it was a tie effect of he started believing it, and it went downhill quick for about a month straight.
Lost a
month and a half.
Road, LSU, and then Auburn when they had to go.
Was that Steve Tannehill? No, it wasn't Tannehill, was it?
No, that was his.
He was long gone. Yeah, I saw that. Well, that's my point, though, is right. So that year, you would have been frustrated.
Yeah, it would have been tough.
You're a young dude at the time. You're kind of pissed off, and there would have been multiple SEC teams offering you major money.
Yeah.
Major money.
Yeah.
And so even someone like you who loved Alabama and your family loved Alabama and that's, all that stuff, you would have at least been tempted. So if I take some of that love away, you're gone. And so you don't have the maturation that guys have now. Like, hell, Eli Manning at Ole Miss.
He's third year.
Sat a year, was a backup a year when he should have played, obviously, right? And then he comes in and he's a 3-year starter. So when he gets to New York, he's kind of ready for it. You just don't get much of that anymore, I don't think. Even Jackson Dart was at Ole Miss for 3 years in the same system. Now you get guys that bounce around and they don't know how to learn a system really. The systems are dumbed down. I've heard, like Pete Golding was talking about it the other day, about you got to put in a system that can be taught quickly, learned quickly. Well, NFL systems are a lot more complicated than that. So, hell, the learning curve is steeper than it ever was before, my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know jack, but I can figure that part out. You get guys that come in, by the time you got into the league, you probably knew Alabama's system.
Oh, yeah.
Back of your hand. Could do it with a concussion.
Hell, I had to teach Doug Nussmeier when Saban said, "Hey, we're hiring him." And I thought, all right, sweet, we're about to sling it all over and be spread like he was with Jake Locker at Washington. And he came in and he said, "Nope, we're running our stuff. We're staying the same, and you're going to teach him the offense." And I was in there teaching the OC the offense, literally.
That was my favorite
From pass protections to concepts, everything.
That was my favorite part about Lane. So, like, you have to learn, like, there's no, like, people think with all the different play callers and everything else at Alabama that Lane brought his stuff in. No. You're running the same system, but Lane wanted to run some of his stuff, right? So what Lane would do is he'd tag everything. So it'd be like, just AJ's going to, like, one of our protections and plays was like that we ran 1,000 years was called Jack and Jill Bama, okay, which is a
trips 3x1
3x1 dig route, right, with the 2 coming in the middle. Well, he'd be like, Jack Bama, X slant, Zigo, 8, he just tag. So basically all it was like the dig, and everybody else changed. He would get whatever he wanted. He would call the play and then tag everything else. So anyway, do you know what I know about Neal, AJ? Let me tell you what I know about Neal.
This is frightening.
Serious. Neal is serious about his health.
Oh.
He is serious about his health.
I thought we were going. He wants you to pull it out and
pull it out.
I'm too old for that now,
Neal.
AJ.
You don't pull it out, Neal?
Nowhere near as much as I used to. I'll tell you that. We're talking about the wheel still, right? We're talking about spinning the wheel. I thought. I didn't know what we're talking about. I thought y'all were talking about the wheel.
Oh shit!
It's a lot more work now to get that wheel out of the closet.
Neal,
it's a lot more work.
Neal's serious about his health.
Sometimes by the time you get the wheel out of the closet, you're like, I don't even want to spin it anymore. I go to sleep. A lot of effort to spin that wheel, man. You're like, oh, damn it.
The event that Neal decides he wants to spin the wheel again, he's serious about his health. He doesn't have to go to a doctor's visit or get some confusing lab report. Listen up, Neal. Prime is a modern at-home lab testing kit that puts you in control. You can order your kit at getprime.com. That's getprime, GETPRYM.com, and collect your sample from home in just a few minutes and get clear, personalized results right to your private dashboard. No needles, no waiting rooms, no hassle. Whether you're rechecking your hormone levels, Neal, your energy levels, or your metabolism, or just your overall wellness, Prime makes it fast, easy, and actionable. And if you need support, Prime will get you up with the trusted doctors that can give you the next steps like peptides, protocols, and real strategies to help you feel your best. And don't forget, when you go to Get Prime, Neal, and you say, hey, this is the kit that I need right here to help me pull it all out. Yeah. Make sure you enter the promo code MPW at checkout, and that's going to get you 20% off. Great Christmas gift, all for you 18%ers. Great Christmas gift for your guys. And dudes, I would ask your wife before you got it from them. You may get your ass in trouble. But go to getprime.com, and don't forget to put MPW in the checkout. That's right, getprime.com. We're also brought to you by the official paint and body shop of McCready and Siskey. Who is that? That's Thompson's Paint and Body Shop. Hey, Jay, you know where they're located? Right there in the heart of Saraland, Alabama. When you call Thompson's, you know what? Thompson's is not going to be some random operator. Nope, you're getting Don Jr. and Matthew Thompson on the other end that's been up in business for over 35 years. They're going to give you a personal touch to fix up your ride. So if you're just happening to wake up on the morning of the 25th and you realize that Santa and his sleigh ran into your car, you just give Don a call, Don Jr. a call, Matthew a call. They're going to get you taken care of. Doesn't matter where you're located. So go to thompsonspaintandbodyshop.com or check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 251-675-0884 and they will get you taken care of, especially when you tell them that you listen to McCready Siskey. They're going to give you a huge. So go check them out at Thompson's Paint and Body.
And as always, we've been brought to you by Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits, achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more. Don't forget, a reminder, no Thursday afternoon show. We'll do a late afternoon, early evening combo show. We'll take your calls, at least to a point, and wrap it up. Well, I'll wrap up the kind of the year.
Pull it on out.
No. You bring the wheel. We'll see.
I told Trav we need to get a wheel.
Yeah,
we need to get one.
That's what we need. So we'll get you a time. We'll put you a time on social media, probably around 5 o'clock on 4:30, 5 o'clock on Thursday. So something along those lines. AJ, thanks for the time, man. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope
yes, sir. Same to y'all.
For AJ McCarron, for Tyler Siskey, I'm Neal McCready. That does it for this edition of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. Until next time, take care.